I was wondering, what's your favorite memory from Supernatural?
It's my favorite what?
Memory.
Memory? I'm old, I don't have a lot of memories. Memory? I'll tell you what, my most favorite, there's been lots of really, really funny things that have happened. And things that come to mind immediately is the end of season 8. When we were doing the end of season 8, we shot it in sequence. When you shoot TV, you don't shoot everything at the same time. Like, you know, the beginning of the scene, you're in a house, and then, you know, you go for a drive, and then you go to another house, and then you drive back, and you go back into the other house, right? The first house you came from. You have to shoot all the stuff in the first house in one go. You have to shoot all the stuff in the second house in one go. You can't just keep moving around entire crews. So it's rare that you get to shoot things in the order with which they're written. Does that make sense? At the end of season 8 was written in sequence. So when we were inside the church, from the moment that the boys go out the windows to all of those sequences inside the church with Abaddon, me tied to the chair, blah, 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 all the way through injecting human blood, etc., etc., etc. All of that stuff was shot over 3 days in the same place. So the exteriors were shot out towards Maple Ridge in Vancouver. It was really, really scary weather, storms, and then all the interiors were shot on stage. We rebuilt that church on stage. So we shot that inside, and the memory was so amazing because everybody was there to try to make it an amazing event. Everybody was trying to have it happen. In between shots, there's always things to do. Crew has to adjust lights, change things, change the shot, you know, move lights, move scene flats, move cameras, move objects, redress the set, do stuff, makeup has to go in, hair has to, it can go on for, you know, 45, 50 minutes. And everyone gets a right to talk during that. They're all working, you know? It's like when the cameras are on, nobody speaks, apart from the people in the scene. And you know, when the cameras are off, that's when people start moving and doing stuff. It's just as much work going on, if not more. But what happened when we were shooting the end of season 8, it was silent. It was silent for the better part of 2 days. There was no talking in between the shots, everything, because the level was so intense. The energy was so intense with what we were doing. And everyone just wanted to stay in it and get it done. Everyone just wanted to be there and get it done. So that was a pretty phenomenal experience. There's so many of those. Like I think my favorite moment I keep remembering is Misha and I used to have to go do the press at Comic-Con on the Saturdays. The boys would show up till Sunday morning. They do their press, they had to do it on Sunday, which we do some together. But Saturday was me and Misha Day, so we do all the interviews that we do for the year. We have the pitch from the producers as to what next year's about, but without telling anybody. So we have to work out how to manipulate the dialogue between us and the fans that was going to be repeated over and over again as the year went on. So the CW would have us do stuff, and do it. One day, they had us do the CW Seed things. They put us in front of a banner and put cameras on us. And they gave us the wrong set of questions to do the camera. They gave us the Vampire Diaries questions. And we wouldn't give them back. So we asked each other all the Vampire Diaries questions and gave answers, none of which could possibly be filmed or put on air. Ever. They were truly obscene. Yeah, a lot of don't care. What about so-and-so? I've never heard of him. It was really rude. We were really rude in charge. And then there was this moment where they gave us our real ones, and it was like, I dropped a bunch of weight. I was like pretty skinny at the time. And it was like, describe each other's character in 5 words. Misha, like an idiot, said like, svelte. You know, he's like, I dropped like 20 pounds, so he's like, svelte, lean. He was trying to be nice, but like trying to think of things that were funny, and it didn't sort of work. And he'd given me this like 10-second, 15-second preparation moment by him going first. So I was just trying to keep it, and I went, baby in a trench coat.
Oh, yeah.
It was the slam dunk of all slam dunks. I've been waiting probably 2 years for an opportunity to use some portion of that game. He punched me on the arm, which was really feeble, but it was really funny. And it's funny, if you go back and you look, all the fun photographs of me are with him. So all the piggyback photographs of us laughing, it's always he and I bored out of our minds doing the Comic-Con interviews. Every blog blogger, same questions. Because they have to ask the same questions. But every blogger, every person that we were doing interviews for, we were doing like 150 interviews in a day. We were traveling between buildings and being driven around while there's like 500,000 people in the street trying to get about. It's like, oh, do it again, and take photos, and we go out. And my other favorite, so we're doing an interview for TV Guide, and they stuck us on this boat in the harbour, as they do. And this poor girl, who will remain nameless, works for TV Guide, blonde hair, hates me because of this. She wasn't paying attention to who we were. This is like the 5th interview she's done in a row, and she has to do everybody else. And we're probably the short straw for her. We've been there for 8 years. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, oh God, Supernatural. Okay, fine, fair enough. She never watched the show in her life. She's never seen the show. She has no idea who we are or whatever. So she's asking. She always asked mundane questions that didn't have any connection to the character or any of the stories. Whereas there was loads of people that watched the show that interviewed us and was like, so in episode 22, when you did this mean this? It's like, you know, it's kind of fun. But so this poor girl walks in, ignores us, sits down at the end of the boat, looks at the camera and goes, are we ready? And then turns to me and goes, probably didn't know it was me, just turns to me and goes, so, what's left for you? What? She meant to say, what's next for you? But she said, what's left for you? Like, what am I, dead? You know, 50 whatever years old. I mean, God, I think I've got a few years of me left. What have you heard? I mean, she could not get out of it. She could not get out of it. It was the worst thing I've ever heard in my time. So I ragged on her about that for the next 2 days. So when we were doing the red carpets and doing that stuff, she'd be there with a microphone. I just walked straight past her. She hates me with a vengeance. That's my idea of fun on Supernatural.